Hello, my name is Dr. Wanda. I am an Associate Dean and Director of Graduate Studies for Winthrop University, which is in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'm also an instructor of dance at New Attitude Performing Arts Center, also in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I am struggling, along with all the other dance instructors of the world, with how to continue delivering my courses to my classes. But I've also been asked for years, since I've been teaching over 25 years, I've had people pretty much that entire time asking when I can make my classes available to them around the country and even in other countries. So the time is right now because everybody needs to be online. Now, why should you listen to me? I am also an associate professor of dance at Winthrop University. I hold a Master of Fine Arts in Dance Performance and Choreography from Florida State University, go Seminoles. And I also hold a PhD in dance from Texas Women's University. So I'm both a practitioner and a scholar, which is all related anyway, artist-scholar. I'm also a published author of the book Dance on the Historically Black College Campus, The Familiar and the Foreign, which is through Palgrave Macmillan Press. So here's the thing. Now I'm an administrator 3/4 of the time and a dance professor 1/4 of the time, plus the one night a week I teach at the dance studio. You're not going to get today somebody who's 20-something or still in their teens. You're not going to get somebody who is waif-like and thin and skinny. I am strong and powerful, but I'm also a middle-aged woman. So that's who I am, and I make no apologies for that. It also means that for you, if you're struggling with the idea that every dance class online is somebody really thin, really skinny, really flexible, everybody's leg goes up to here, and you don't feel thin enough, young enough, flexible enough, strong enough to do this, I'm here to show you that you can. This class is designed for people who have a basic vocabulary in classical ballet, so it does use terminology, ballet, plie tendu, dégagé, rond de jambe, grand battement, all these things. If you don't know those terms and you would like to just follow along and do the best you can, then that's fine. This is a class that's for you. We're in difficult times. People are stressed out. It's hard to feel motivated to get up and do a class. I actually recorded this same class 2 days ago, but failed to switch from photo to video. So I'm doing it again now after pouting for 24 hours. So we're all going to make mistakes. It's all right. If you are a former student of mine or a current student of mine, you're already used to me making mistakes anyway, and us just learning to laugh about it so we can keep moving forward and keep learning. That's what I want for us today and for any other classes that I put online for you. You also can find my own personal mistakes in life on a blog called That's So Wanda. But basically, we're just dancing with Dr. Wanda, and we're going to do a basic ballet class today with a full bar, and then a little abbreviated center, because you know what? We don't have a lot of space, because we're at home, if we're doing the right thing for the country and for our loved ones. I'm in my kitchen/living room, dining room. So I thought I didn't want to go to the studio because you don't have a studio probably at home. Most people don't. So I'm in my kitchen. You're in your kitchen, living room, dining room, bathroom, whatever you have. You may be on carpet, and that's okay. Whatever kind of flooring you have, it's okay. If you don't have a bar, but you have a chair or a table or a counter you can hold on to, that's going to be just fine. We're going to get through it. We're going to laugh at our mistakes. We're going to dance a little bit, feel better about ourselves, and move on with our lives. So, when I wake my phone back up, we're going to start with a plie. This plie exercise is going to be starting in first position, preparing the arm to second. We're going to do one demi-plie and stretch. We're going to elevate, rise on straight legs and lower on straight legs. Let me just go over here to my makeshift bar. I'm hoping that it won't keep trying to shut down on me and go dark. Here we go. So you're going to have demi-plie 1, stretch 2, elevate 3, lower 4, demi-plie 5. This time we're going all the way up to releve 6 with the arm in fifth, demi-plie 7, stretch 8. We're going to grand plie. You're going to grand plie. I have bad knees, so I'm not. If you have bad knees, skip the grand plie. If you have good knees, get on down there. Port de bras, 5, 6, all the way up to 7. Changing to second position 8. Same thing, demi-plie, stretch, elevate, lower, demi-plie, releve, demi, stretch, grand plie if you're able. That port de bras is going into the bar, recover, Rondage on the leg to fourth. I'm going to back up when I do this for real so you can see my feet, I hope. From there, demi stretch, rise lower, demi releve, demi stretch. We're going to do something called rolling through the feet in fourth because I feel like the grand plie in fourth is bad for your knees. We're going to demi plie, lift your heels, just your heels, then straighten your legs and lower on straight legs. We're going to port bras away from the bar, whatever your bar is. Tendu close fifth, same thing. Demi stretch, rise lower, plie releve, plie stretch. We're going to grand plie 6, 7, 8, or 2, 3, 4. The arms are going to come all the way down and up so we can stretch or come right to the back. We're going to recover, bring the abs back in line, bring the ribs back in, shoulders down. We're going to rise, cross our fists so there's no space between the ankles, and we're going to try to balance. We may or may not balance, but that's the goal. And we'll finish on this side. I would love to ask you if you have questions, but I won't be able to hear you because this is a recording. So wherever you access this online, if you have questions that I can answer for you in the future, type them in somewhere. I'll try to remember to make sure you have my email address or some way to get a hold of me. That's a Wanda blog on Wix will do it. And yeah, let's just dance. Now this CD has an 8-count intro for every song, which is normally a little tedious, but today, for our purposes, it allows me to breathe, walk over there, turn around, and still prepare for the exercise with you. So, here we go. Little plie for everyone. 3, 4, 5, 6, trying to get where you can see my feet. Pair 7, and 8. Demi plie 1. Stretch 2, elevate 3, lower 4. Demi plie 5. Releve 6, demi plie 7, stretch 8. You're going to grand plie if you're able, demi plie if you're not able. 2, stretch 3, and 4, port bras forward. Just a big bend from the waist. Drop the head a little, reaching out to come up, changing to second position. Heels are out, shoulder width apart. Demi plie and stretch. Elevate 3, lower 4. Demi plie 5. Releve 6, demi plie 7, stretch 8. Grand plie or not. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Port bras up and into the bar. Recover, change, rondage on the right leg to the front and fourth. Demi plie 1, stretch 2, 3, lower 4. Demi plie 5, all the way up to releve 6, demi plie 7, stretch 8. We're going to roll through the feet. Demi plie, just lift the heels and nothing else. Straighten both legs, lowering on straight legs. Take the other arm, stretch away from the bar. 6, arms meet in the middle, tendu into fifth. Demi plie and stretch. Elevate 3, lower 4, demi 5, releve 6, demi 7, stretch 8. Big grand plie if you're able. 2, stretch 3, and 4. The arm comes all the way down to come through the center line of the body. The head turns to go back. And recover. Relax those shoulders. Rise, cross your fifth, ankle to ankle. And try not to ever balance in an open position. Find your balance, the head slightly away from the bar. Demi plie, and finish. Nice. I think that this one does not repeat unless I come back over here and make it. Here we go. And then give me a chance to refresh the screen so it doesn't go dark. 3, 4, always turn towards your bar to do the other side. 5, 6, preparing the arms. 7, and 8. Demi plie 1, 2, elevate 3, lower 4. Demi plie 5, releve. Grand plie, or slow demi, or 2 demis. It's your class. Adapt as necessary. Port bras forward. Change to the second position. Demi plie and stretch. and stretch. This is the rolling through the feet part. Demi-plie, one. Lift the heels, straighten both legs, lower quarter ball away from the bar. Look at that hand and then back away from it. Arms meet first. Undo, close fifth. Center line of the body, bend back. And recover. Abs are in, ribs are in, shoulders are down. Rise across that fifth. And maybe you're able to balance today, maybe you're not. We'll find out. If and when you lose your balance, or choose to come down, you finish with both arms down on that side. Look at us, through one whole exercise already on both sides, because we're cool like that. Next, we're going to get a tendu from first position. Maybe I should tell you what it is before we actually do it. From first position, or as you're used to if you take class from me, there was this plie, right, or this tendu. There was this tendu, and it started out in first with the left hand on the bar, and it prepared the arm to second. And it did one tendu devant. Now, so we're just sliding the foot along the floor. I seem to be losing my foot, sorry. We're going to plie in the open position, fourth position. Both legs bend. Tendu 3, we're going to turn that working leg in. Turn it in, turn it out 5, close 6, one more tendu, 7, and 8. Tendu side, it's en quad. 2, tendu 3, turn it in, turn it out, plie, tendu, plie. Same thing back. Plie in the open position, so we're shifting weight from one leg to 2. Back to one leg, turn it in, turn it out, just to make sure we're working in a turned out position. Close first, tendu, and first, same thing again to the side, tendu, plie, tendu, turn in, turn out, close first, tendu, close first. From there, we're going to demi-plie, we're going to releve. You're going to feel the abs pulling back and the wrists pulling slightly forward. And that's going to help keep you balanced. And then reaching up through the top of the spine, top of the head, as if you're reaching up and into your crown, your tiara. Which will help, because it's all about, balance is all about having equal energy in every direction. Up, down, side, front, back. So when you have all of those forces balanced, everything is pulling every direction, it stays, and it just balances. Now, I use the term en croix, which means in the shape of a cross. In ballet, that means we're going front, and then side, and then back, and then to the side again. So, a tendu from first, slow tendu from first position, heels together, toes turned out. And then we're gonna do this tendu exercise en croix, front side, back side. And then we're going to demi-plie, releve in first position, and balance, finding back with the abs, forward with the wrists, tall through the top of the spine, and it's hopefully going to balance. Or we'll forgive ourselves if it doesn't. Try it again another day. First position, remember there's an 8-count intro, so 3, 4, 5, 6, preparing the arm, 7, and 8. Tendu 1, plie in 4. Tendu, turn the leg in, 4. Tendu 5, close 6, and 7, and 8. Now let's go. 1, 2, stretch 3, turn it in, 4. Turn it out, close first, tendu, and first. There it is. 1, plie 4th. Tendu, turn in, turn out, close first, and back, and first, and side. Demi-plie. Tendu, turn the leg in, turn it out, close first, and out first. Demi-plie 1, releve 2, feel those abs pulling back, the wrist pulling slightly forward, tall through the top of the spine. Try to find a balance. If and when you lose your balance, demi-plie will finish with your arms down. You're going to turn towards the bar, but I have to start our music here. You will eventually hear me start to gasp and wheeze, or at least breathe heavily, because ballet is work. There's a lot of stuff working all the time. Core is always working, legs and feet are working, and you know what? You're going to find it's a lot of work holding your arms up too. Here we go. second side, plie from first. 3, 4, 5, trying to get where you can see my feet. Prepare 7, and 8. Tendu 1, plie 2. Tendu 3, turn in. 4, tendu 5, close 6, and 7, and 8. Also, 1, plie 2. Tendu 3, turn it in, turn it out. Close first, and out, and first, and back. Plie, tendu, turn in, turn out. Close first, tendu, close first. All side, plie, tendu, turn in, turn out. Close first, tendu, close first. Getting plie. 1, releve 2. Abs are in, wrists are forward, tall to the top of the head. Demi-plie, and finish. Nice. All right, I'm going to assume we had a fabulous balance right there, whether we did or not. The audience doesn't need to know. If they can't see it, they don't need to know that we had a problem or we struggled to hold that balance. All they know is somehow we stayed up on our toes all the time. Fabulous. Like magic. Now, you need a quick tendu from fifth. So, there was this tendu. Started out the bar in fifth position with the right foot front. If you're not familiar with positions of the feet, if we're in fifth position, the heel of the front foot, the right foot, is right in front of the big toe of the left foot. That's our fifth position, heel to toe. If you're not sure what to do with your arm, if the arm confuses you, leave it in second. Leave it just out to the side. We'll prepare it 7 and 8. For our purposes, for my students, they already know that their arm is supposed to go up to fifth. So this is for you. Intermediate ballet at Winthrop University and Ballet 1 and 2 at New Attitude Performing Arts Center. I see you. I know that your arm's supposed to go to fifth. Here we go. Preparing the arm to fifth. You've got tendu 1, demi-plie, and fifth on 2. 2 quick tendus, closing into fifth, closing, and 3 and 4. From there, we're going to tendu. We're going to transfer the weight. Tendu front, plie through that open position, that fourth position, switch to the other leg, 7, closing. Do the same thing derriere, starting with the back leg. 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Tendu 5, 6, 7, close fifth. Side, plie back and front and back. Side, tendu away from the bar, 7. I'm going to close back. Tendu back into the bar, 3 and 4. This time we're going to turn. Releve, soutenu, turn towards the bar, so the other leg is front. And we plie 7, prepare for the other side. So tendu, plie, and fifth, tendu 5, do 2 feet to 1 foot, close, start back, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, tendu 5, 6, 7, close, tendu side, plie back, and change, tendu 5, 6, 7, close back, 1, 2, 3, plie front, soutenu, and 6, plie 7, and finish. Yes? Sure, Wanda. Whatever you say. You're brilliant. That's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to plie and tendu from fifth with port de bras. If you know where your arm is supposed to be, that's all port de bras means, is carriage of the arms. Like, where do my arms go? That's port de bras, carriage of the arms. If you don't know, prepare that arm out to second and let it just stay there. It's plenty to think about just the feet and the abs working in ballet class. So if that's what you need to focus on, let those arms go. They'll be there another day. You can repeat this class as many times as you want to if it's recorded, right? So when you have the feet, come back and do it with port de bras. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Tendu 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Tendu 5, 6, 7, close 8. 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Tendu 5, 6, 7, close. Tendu side, plie back, and front, and back. Tendu 5, 6, 7, let's close back. Tendu back to your bar, 2, 3, plie in front. Up to your toes to the other side, 7 and 8. Tendu, plie, and fifth, and foot. Tendu 5, 6, 7, close it, and 2, and 3, and 4, reach 5, 6, 7, and 8. Tendu, plie back and front and back. Tendu away from your bar. 6, 7, goes back. Tendu toward your bar. 3, plie 4, 6, and finish. So your audience knows they can clap for you. That's what all those finishes are for. Preparing yourself for live performance. Alright. This CD, in case you're looking for it, that I'm using is called Jazz Ballet. So it's music specifically written for ballet class in a jazz style. And it has an 8-count intro for every part. So if you're working in a dance studio where you have to walk a little ways from your sound system to demonstrate, it's perfect for you. You have 8 bars of music to get there. Now that we've had a plie, which means to bend, a slow tendu from first, tendus to stretch, elongated, and a quick tendu from fifth, we need a dégagé. A lot of studios here call it a dégagé, which means to disengage or to separate from the floor. Depending on the syllabus that your school uses, Italian, Russian, RAD, English, whatever, it might be called a jeté or a glissé. They're all the same thing, friends. So never argue with your teacher about it or whoever's giving a class or an audition. Whatever they're calling it that day just reflects the syllabus they use. It's the same thing that you know. I'm going to call it a dégagé today. This dégagé, if I can remember it, has 3 dégagés devant, or with the front foot. It's going to close in fifth 3 times. You're going to do a 4th dégagé that's going to brush back. And then it's going to close en croix in the shape of a cross. So it's going to close where it is, back, and then side, and then front, and then side. What? Could you demonstrate that? Of course I can. Here we go. From fifth, you've got preparing the arm to fifth, and 1, and 2, and 3, and brush, close, back, 1 side, 1 front, 1 side, and 1, 2, 3, brush, 4, en croix, and 6, and 7, and 8. From there you have 8 dégagés to the side. They all change. Back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front. That's 8. What's after that? We're going to plie retiré. Retiré, withdraw the foot from the floor to the front of the knee. Test your balance. Soutenu. Start the other side. 1, 2, 3, brush 4. Close en croix. Same thing from the back. 1, 2, 3, brush 4. Close en croix. 6, 7, 8. 8 times to the side. All of them change. All right, I realize that doesn't go with our ballet rule of even numbers and not changing the first. But it's my class, so I can do it how I like. So all 8 of them change to the side. Plie retiré, picking the front leg up to retiré, or the big toe should be right below your knee. Turn that leg all the way out for me. Abs in, wrists forward. Just a moment, just test the balance. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back into your relevé or susu. Then soutenu. Turn back to where you came from. All right? It's a lot of information. If this is new for you, feel free to just follow along. That's fine too. I'm trying to scoot this back a little so you can see more feet. But I don't know if that's going to be a worse camera angle. We'll find out, won't we? All right. Here we go. So we're going to dégagé, or jeté or glissé, depending on what your studio calls it. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's worse. Hold on. Let me start it over. Hold on. Just realizing you can see even less from there. Let me turn you this way and see what happens. You'll see more of my messy house and table, for which I also make 0 apologies. I have a real life, just like everybody else. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, brush 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, brush 4, up off front, side, back, side. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plie 8, retiré, twist your balance. Coming through, susu, turn the other side. And 1, 2, 3, brush 4, close 5, 6, 7, 8, back, 1, 2, 3, brush 4, up off front, side, back, side. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plie 8, retiré. Woo. 6, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Goodness. You want to make sure in that exercise that when you go to the side, they should go to the same side to one point, no matter whether your legs are coming from the front Or from the back, that it's not swinging around as a circle. It's always one point in space. Isn't that my Wanda music is in a hurry. It doesn't want me to be able to speak to you first. So, having done your plie, your slow tendu from first, your quick tendu from fifth, your dégagé, glissé, jeté, whatever your school calls it. I'm calling it a dégagé. After that, we need a rond de jambe, circle of the leg or round of the leg, depending on how your school defines. So we're going to take 3 rond de jambes en dehors, outward, which goes, the leg's going to go, so afraid it's going to go dark. Here we go. So the leg is going to tendu to the front, circle around side and then back, and slice right through the middle. 2 and 3 times 3. And then on the 4th count, we're going to brush the leg front. We're going to fondu, melt. Retiré, change the leg to the back, and into 5th, reverse it. Back side front, 2, 3, brush 4, fondu 5. Fondu needs to melt, both legs bend. Lift even higher to get to the front, close 8. We're going to circle a port de bras. 2 counts to get down to the floor, drop the head. 2 counts into the bar, looking over that left shoulder. 2 counts to go up and back, look at the other shoulder, open the arm, sweep it in. Reverse that. 2 counts to go to the back, 2 counts into the bar, 2 counts down to the floor, and recover. I think we're going to plie susu, so pulling those 2 feet together, no space between the ankles. We're going to balance that retiré for 8 counts. If you have tight calves, bad ankles, bad feet, not bad, but painful, come down and balance flat. Or if it's just been a long time since you've taken ballet, balance flat. 8 counts. We're going to put that leg down and pick up the other one, retiré derrière, or with back foot. Yes. We're going to try and balance there. You can balance flat, balance on releve, whatever your body's ready for. And we'll come back through 5th, and we'll finish here. Yes? There'll be probably some music left over, but not enough to do the other side. What? I know. People who dance with me all the time are going, Wanda, Dr. Wanda, you never know whether your music's long enough to do it twice. That's why we're stopping, because I make mistakes on the regular. I think that's all I have to say about that. 3 rond de jambes, 1 and 2 and 3. Brush 4, fondu, both legs bend. Lift the leg up to retiré, change it to the back. Close 5th, reverse it. 3 en dedans, 1 and 2 and 3. Brush 4, fondu 5, retiré 6. Change the leg to the front, and 8. Big 8 count, or 8 bar, circular port de bras towards the bar. 8 counts away from the bar, plie en susu. Pick up the working leg, the front leg, to retiré devant. Balance there for 8. Switch, pick up the other leg for 8 counts, and we're going to finish. Sweet. Exercise a little long. For the timer that keeps wanting to dim my light on my laptop. Yes, I know. I'll probably get 500 different quotes saying, well, you could just fix that in your settings, right? Wanda the Dinosaur, Dr. Dinosaur, that would be me. One of my many names. I'll learn. I'll get a little better every time. 5, 6, at least today it's recording on video. Prepare 7, and 8. Rond de jambe, circle, front, side, back. 2, and 3. The leg brushes on 4. Fondu 5. Retiré, right up the center. 6. Change the leg to the back. 7. And 8. En dedans, back side front. 1 and 2 and 3. Brush 4. Fondu 5. Retiré 6. A little bit higher. 7 and 8. Big circle. 1 and 2. Straight legs into the bar. The legs are still straight. All the way around the back. Legs are still straight. Recover. Sweep the arm in so I can reverse your circle. 2. Keep the weight on the toes if you're lucky. Not lucky. We're going to plie en susu. Both legs are together, no space. Picking up that working leg. If you have Achilles issues, I know I do, feel free to come down flat, balance here. That's 8, switch legs. In the back, the inside of the heel should touch for me. If you have a teacher that wants it directly side, that's fine, just lift the knee a little higher. 6, coming through 5th position, 7, and 8 to finish. We'll start the music over. A little distracted by things on the floor. I have a German Shepherd, and she just recently killed a little squirrel toy, and so there's stuffing everywhere at my feet. Fun tidbits of information that have nothing to do with ballet class, but they make me a human being, so hopefully that helps us relate. So let's do the left side, shall we? Round de jambes for everyone. 3, 4, left leg is right on this side. 5, 6, if you want to prepare the leg, you bet. 7, because you're there, I'm not. Round de jambe. 1, and 2, and 3, the leg brushes. 4, bonding. 5, cherry. 6, change it. 7, and 8, reverse it on the other. 1, and 2, and 3, brush 4, bonding. 5, cherry. 6, lift, into the middle, close 8, big circle, 2 counts down to the floor, 2, into the bar, 3, and 4, looking right shoulder, left shoulder, 6, cover the abs, reverse your circle, 2 counts to get to the back, 2, up and over, abs pull in, all the way down to the floor, recover the center, base your remember working with your retractable. You can stay on releve, you can come flat, they're all the same workout, turn out muscles. Switch legs. Both legs are rotating, turning out, abs are pulling in, wrists are pulling forward, tall through the spine. Squeeze this, and finish. Of course, I turn around and my screen is dark. Hopefully you got to see most of that. If not, I apologize, and I'll learn how to fix it in the future. Now, if you dance with me regularly or have ever danced with me before, you know I love me a frappe. Some people hate frappes. I think most people hate frappes. No, not the kind you get at Starbucks. But frappe does mean to strike, which is the same action that beats the ice cream through your beverage. Frappe in ballet means that we're striking the floor with our foot. If you're a student of mine, you know that we prepare the leg on measure 7, 5, and 6, tendu 7. The leg opens to second in a tendu on the floor. Tendu 7, and then you can either flex the foot in front of the ankle, or you can wrap it in what we call sur le coup de pied, which requires even more rotation in the thigh to get that leg correct. So I'm going to work flexed, because my students are still working flexed. If you work for a studio or dance for a studio where sur le coup de pied is required, do that. Wrap the foot, because once you've learned it, you're going to need it the rest of your dancing life. So stay wrapped if you know how to wrap that foot, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, sur le coup de pied makes no sense to you. It means around the neck of the foot, by the way. If you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter. Flex the foot. In a frappe, the foot is flexed when it's in at the ankle. It's like a coupe position, but it's flexed. If only you could see my feet. I'll tip the thing down next time. Yeah, so flexed here, and the ball of the foot strikes the floor on the way out, but it's off the floor. Let's see if I should do it sideways. You can see from here, the ball of the foot's on the floor, you push to your dégagé. We're just going to do 3 of them en croix with a flex and a point, so you can remember when the foot is flexed and when it's pointed. So we're going to prepare 7, flex 8. To the front, you go 1, 2, 3, flex, point. To the side, if you know how to double frappe, we're going to double. If not, do the same thing side. They all change. Double 1, double 2, double 3, flex, point. Back 1, 2, it's en croix. 3, flex, point. Only the ones to the side are all doubles. And a 7, flex, point. We're going to do the whole exercise again, so that anyone who needs to or wants to work the second time through on releve can. So you can do that one on your toes the second time. And then we'll finish on this side, just closing into 5th. If you don't want to, or never have, repeated a frappe on releve, then don't. Stay flat and do it with me again on the floor. So we're going to do the whole thing en croix, front side, back and side. Then we're going to rise, or not, and repeat it. So you can repeat it flat on a flat foot, or you can repeat it on a releve up on your toes. Either one is fine with me. If you know how to sur le coup de pied, wrap that foot. If you don't know what those words mean, other than my telling you, it's fine. Flex the foot and strike from there. They're all accomplishing the same interaction or coordination of the legs and the feet. So, no point worrying about it. Let me find you some music for this lovely frappe. Remember that it's going to give you an 8 measure intro. Ooh, it's a tango. I'm excited. 3 and 4, 5. Wait, hold on. Because I said I would tip this down a little bit so you might be able to see a little more of my feet. Sorry about that. You know, I will eventually get great at this. Today is not that day. 3, 4, 5. That's a little better. 6, 7, and 8. Grab 1, 2, 3. Flex, point. Double side. 6, 7. Flex, point. Back. 2, 3. Flex, point, and side. And a 6, and a 7. One more time around. And front. 2, 3. Flex, point. Double 5. Double 6. Flex, point. Back. 2, 3. Flex, point. Double 5. Double 6. Double 7. Flex, point. Close fifth. Nice. I can see you out there in Cyberland. I feel like it was fabulous. The doubles are a little special for some people, but if you don't try them, they don't get better. You have to just keep doing things. That's why we come to class. Other side, please. Don't forget your intro, your tendu on 7. 5, 6, tendu 7. Flex 8. And 1, 2, 3. Flex, point. Double 5, 6, 7. Flex, point. Again, front, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, and finish. Hopefully that went well for everybody. If not, no need to feel bad about it because nobody can see it but you. Maybe your dog or cat. Maybe your family, but they don't know, so it's okay. If you make mistakes, that's why I'm doing this video series, so you can come back and do this same class again. You can do it as many times as you need to. You can, eventually I'll build a library of them and you can come and rotate through, and you'll always have a place to go to take a class that is not intimidating. Not, you don't have to be perfect to be in Dr. Wanda's class. You just have to come and want to move. And sometimes we don't even really want to move, especially these sequestered, quarantined days that we're in, sometimes you kind of have trouble just getting out of bed or off the sofa. But maybe if you only have to go a few steps and you can just go, okay, I'm going to plie with Dr. Wanda on both sides, and then maybe if I don't feel good, I'll sit down. But at least I'll have done something. Maybe I'll get through plies and tendus. That's fine, because maybe someday you'll get through the whole class and you'll feel great. And then you start getting better and better at the class the more you do it. So let's work on that philosophy. Now, at this point in a regular ballet bar, I would normally give you a big stretch, either at the bar or on the floor, usually at the bar. But we have all kinds of varying bar heights right now. Some people have an actual portable bar in their home. Some people have a table. Some people have a chair. Some people are using the back of a sofa. And those are all very different. So I'm not going to mess with that. If you would like, you can pause the video here and then give yourself a stretch, and that's fine. And then when you're ready, make sure whatever stretch you do on one side of the body that you turn around and do it on the other side so that both sides of the body are stretched and pliable and your muscles are still functioning properly. And then we're going to switch to a grand battement, a big beat. Grand battement, it's kind of like the dégagé, jeté glissé, whatever we did earlier, the straight leg that comes off the floor, only it goes higher. How high depends on what your body is prepared for. If you have to do all kinds of contortion things for your leg to come off the floor, it's too high for you. So when we battement, if it makes you have to bend this leg, the standing leg, to get your leg up, it's too high. You shouldn't have to bend that one leg to get the other one off the ground. If it makes you do like a little Michael Jackson kind of a to get your leg up, that's too high for you because you should be able to stand up straight. Ballet is about the illusion of weightlessness and symmetry. So if I'm upright Nothing should move for my leg to come up. I shouldn't have to do all of that for my leg to come up. I shouldn't have to bend a leg for it to come up. Just bring the leg down so that you can keep them both straight and keep your body upright. Third thing, if you do a battement and I get a thud when the leg comes down, yeah, you feel the earth shake. So bad for your joints, bad for your feet, bad for your knees, bad for your hips, bad for the floor, and it kills the illusion of weightlessness. So if your leg goes real high but it comes down with a thud, stop, bring it down. All right, bring it down to where you can control it, because Wanda, right? Probably the heaviest dancer watching my class right now, perhaps. So, or taking my class. So, however high the leg is, however heavy the leg is, it should come down weightlessly. If you cannot control that, then it's too high for you. It's just too much. Bring it on down. It's okay if your bot is somewhere down here. That's fine. It is also fine if you are super hypermobile and your leg goes whack and you hit yourself in the head. I would rather you not hit yourself in the head, but if you have that kind of flexibility, please use it. Knock yourself out. The rest of us will work our way up there someday. Or not, depending on our goals. So, here's the bot exercise. It's actually going to start with a leg swing in attitude. So, from fifth position with the right foot front, I'm preparing the arm to second. We're going to brush the leg so it starts out straight and then it bends. Straight, bend. Straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings. Close fifth. We're going to do 2 ground bot to the front. 3, however high or low that is for you. Side close front. Side close back. Start the whole thing from the back. 7 swings. 2, how high or low? Depends on your body. 5, 6, 7, close back. 2 ground bot to the back. 1 to the side, close back. 1 that closes front. And with Sutanu, we do the other side. Right? Sutanu. Sustain. So lift, sustain that energy, turn towards the bar. And we just try the other side. The height is up to you. There's no point feeling bad about how high or low your leg is. I do want you to be careful when you're swinging that every time the foot comes back to the floor, you push through the feet to get back off the floor, instead of doing this and just holding the leg bent the whole time. That is going to strain your hip flexors and tighten up all the hip muscles and lower back muscles on that side. We don't need any of that. So every time, come back to equal weight on 2 feet and then push to get that leg back off the floor every time. We should be able to hear that swoosh, swoosh, all the way front and back, which means that you're getting that hip a chance to lengthen and release, and your hamstrings a chance to relax every time you put your foot all the way down on the floor. Look at that glisten. You guys made me sweat. But that's all right. I don't mind it at all. Grand Battement, starting with 7 leg swings, 2 Battements, front, 2 side, and reverse all that, Sutanu. 5, 6, 7. Swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, close, 8. Battement 1. Side close front, side close back, swing 1. Close back, Battement. Close back, close front, Sutanu, swing front. 5, 6, 7. Swing. 1, 5, 6, 7. Close back. Up. Close back. Close front. This is the part where I'm trying to remember the tendu with pirouette that this music goes to. And also try to stop breathing heavily. Because ballets work. We pretend on stage that it isn't, that it's all very simple. But it's a lot of work. Alright, so here we go. We're coming away from your bar and into the center. Your center may be tiny, like this part of my dining room. So we're going to work in quasi cross, so the right foot is front. If this is my front, to be quasi, just turn slightly towards the corner, the left corner of the room with the right foot front, and prepare the opposite arm in front. So my right leg is front, which means I'm going to prepare the left leg, the left arm front. My head is looking out over this front arm, towards my audience. Tendu 1, demi-plie 2. This diamond shape lets you know that you're turned out, not parallel. And 3 and 4. So 1 slow with plie, 2 quick without a plie. I'm going to switch the arms, switch the head to lean the other direction. We're use the back foot now. 5, plie, 6, and 7, and 8. Half time, both on this side, close back, side, close front. Woo. Time to 5, prepare. We're going to pirouette en dehors, outward, close back, or from here, you can releve, test your balance and come down, or from here, you can not releve. Just pick up the leg, touch the front of the knee, and put it in the back. Then start the other corner. 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Back, plie 6, and 7, and 8. Too close to my bar. Side, plie, side, close back, side, prepare, pirouette or rotary. 7, close back, back to your quasi. Yep. So we're going to take it once right and left. I'm likely to run out of room. If you are, just scoot forward a little bit. It's okay. Ordinarily in class, we would do things right, left, and then right, left again. So if you do this with me on the right side and the left side, then you can pause it, scoot back, rewind a little bit, and repeat it. So you can get your 2 sides in both times. All right. So little tendu in the center with pirouette. I only have like basically three center combinations for you because I know that you're space challenged probably if you're working from home, as am I. And then a little reverence for you, a little bow. So this right now is just our tendu in the center with a pirouette, or not. You can also place it. 5, let me start way forward. 6, 7, tendu 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Switch. Back, plie 6, and 7, and 8. Tendu right leg, close back. Left leg, close back. Use your pirouette or not. 6, 7, close 8, and 1, plie 2, and 3, and 4. Back leg. 5, plie 6, 7, and 8. Tendu left, close back. Tendu right, close back. Use your pirouette. 6, and 7, and 8. Yep. Now we finish. Feel free to pause the video, go back, repeat the right and left sides. If you're falling a little bit in your pirouettes and you haven't danced for a week or several years, it's okay to be patient with yourself. I'm falling off my leg because I'm a little self-conscious. I know there are a bunch of people putting videos out right now. Most of them are younger, thinner, and more flexible than myself. But they don't all have an MFA or a PhD or a published book or a blog. So I'm going to give it a shot because people are asking for this. So you also can just decide perfection is not necessarily the goal. We're just going to do the best we can today and get out there and take a class as often as possible, even in the middle of our houses. So if you want to repeat it, repeat it. Again, you can always come back to this class in the future or repeat everything and just get better and better at it. We have a small jump, which we would call a saute. Saute means to jump. Now, I usually only jump a little tiny bit with my classes, just because, hello, middle-aged woman who's 3/4 time administrator, 1/4 time dance now. So I know that I also have a reconstructed Achilles tendon, so I don't jump a lot. But let's talk about what this saute exercise is. In first position, turn out, heels together, toes turned out. From here, you're going to do a demi-plie, 1 saute, 1 jump, 2, stretch, 3, hold, 4. Second time, we're going to do 2 jumps. Plie, jump, 1 jump, 2, stretch. Third time, 3 jumps. Plie, 1, 2, 3, stretch, change to second position. Yeah, heels shoulder width apart. Same thing. Plie, 1 jump, stretch. Plie, jump, jump. Plie, jump, 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 stretch, back to first. Oh, simple enough. The arms are here, they're held. Shoulders are down, elbows are out, fingertips are in, so it's a long oval. That's really all you need to know. That and trying to keep the abs in. And so when we saute or jump, what we don't want is this, right? We want to be upright, as if you were like a marionette or a puppet on a string that just went up and down instead of front and back. So if that means you have a really small plie, a really small jump, that's fine. We'd rather it be accurate and correct. then inaccurate and possibly injure you, right? So let's keep the body upright. If you're like myself and you have some part of the body, lower leg, lower extremities, that makes it not a great idea for you to jump, what you can do instead is you can easily just bounce, yeah? So if I did plie, 1 bounce, stretch, plie, bounce, bounce, plie, 1, 2, 3, stretch, change to second, right? Because what it's doing is it's still strengthening your quads and your hamstrings every time you plie and straighten. It's like doing a leg press at the gym. So there's no loss of coolness by not actually jumping. In fact, I will probably saute with people or jump with people in first position and then bounce with people in second because I just don't do a lot of jumps anymore. That's what expert demonstrators are for. So someday in the future when I'm back in a studio but can continue to give you online classes, or put my classes online rather, then I will have a demonstrator do those things for me that my body no longer does. Until then, I'm going to adapt so that you know it's okay for you to adapt for your body, all right? We're going to saute. We're going to start in first position. Heels together, toes turned out. A little bit of ragtime. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Plie, 1 jump, stretch. Plie, 1, 2, stretch. Plie, 1, 2, 3, stretch, tendu to second. Plie, jump or bounce, stretch. Plie, bounce, 1, 2, stretch. Plie, 1, 2, 3, stretch, back to first. Good. This is another exercise, small jumps that we would usually do twice, or else we would do a warm-up jump, like a bunch of changements or HPs, and then switch to an allegro, something that was a little bigger jump. So, if you want to do this again, feel free to stop, pause the video, go back, and repeat it. A lot of times I'll ask people to repeat it by changing a facing, so you're facing a new direction, because in class we tend to just stare at the person in front of us or stare at the mirror. So feel free, if you want to repeat things, sometimes to face a new direction because it makes you think more about what your body's doing in the space instead of just zoning out, looking to the front all the time. So we have a traveling pirouette, which is hard to do in your kitchen or a hallway or whatever small space you have. So I've tried to make it only travel forward a little bit and then travel back where it came from. Let's talk about it. We're going to tombe pas de bourrée. Tombe means to fall. Pas de bourrée. Backside front. It's not always backside front, but this one is. So starting with the right leg back, and what we would call B+. This is where it's cross knee to knee. For your gentlemen, the leg would be straight. Ladies, B+. We're going to tombe pas de bourrée. So step right. We start stretching back, side, front. Left foot front. 1 pirouette, and down. Same thing again. Right, back, side, front. If you don't want a pirouette, you can just place this leg flat or on releve and aid. So twice with that part. We're going to balance a down, up, down. Right, left, starting with the back leg. And right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3. Because it was the right side we started with. You're going to walk around yourself to the right. And 6, and 7. Get ready to go. And left, back, side, front. Pirouette or don't, and down. Again, left, back, side, front. Pirouette or don't, and down. Left leg start. Left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left, and right. Walk around yourself to the left. 7, prepare 8. Yep. Again, this is something you can do right, left. Should probably do right, left. But we only have so much space in the room. So I'm going to give it to you on the right and the left. You may pause, go back, practice a little bit, play it again, and do it again. You can do that as many times as you have time to do while we're all working from home. That will be just fine. We just want to get that chance to feel like we're really moving through the space. So it may not go very far, but it still counts. Traveling pirouette. Here we go. 5, 6, try not to hit my elbow. And right leg goes right, back, side, front. Pirouette, 3, and 4. You're going to spot yours at 5, and 6. Pirouette, 7, down, 8. Right leg, balance a right, left, right, left. Walk around yourself so the left can go forward. Left back side, front. Down. Left and a 6, pirouette or don't. 8, balance. Left, right, left, right, and around yourself, and 7. All right. So, if you're doing the right side, turn to the right. Prepare the right arm, pick up the right leg, turn to the right. If you step left first, you're turning left. Left arm, left leg comes up, turn to the left. All right? That takes a lot of practice if it's new for you. So the last thing I have for you today is called a reverence. Reverence is an exchange of respect and thanks. In the theater, it's usually when the cast members are thanking the audience for your attention, for your paying for a ticket, for your applause and adoration. The audience is thanking us for a lifetime in class, all day, every day, and in rehearsal all night, every night, in order to bring you a performance that's been in rehearsal for probably at least 3 months. And that costs a lot of money, a lot of time, and includes a lot of people backstage to bring you one single performance. A reverence in the theater is an exchange of gratitude between us as performers and you as audience. In the class, that same exchange happens between the student and the instructor. So I'm thanking you for your time and your attention. You're thanking me for my time and my attention and my knowledge, my years of training that brought me here as an instructor. It can also be between the principal male and female dancers, the lead dancers in any given company, where they would each take their bows, their curtain call, and each thanks the other for their hard work and making that partnership work. So this is our reverence for you and me. And I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to move, and I'm going to have you move with me. And if you don't get a step, it doesn't matter. But the idea of the feel of a reverence is as if you were a king or queen of a royal court, and we're calling together all of the people that are in your kingdom, and you're thanking them. I can't believe that you worked so hard for me. I'm so humbled for your attendance, your effort, your energy, your applause, the flowers you're throwing at my feet. I'm humbled and I thank you. And we do that in this reverence. We're going to do that on the right side and the left side. They'll be the same. And we're going to thank people in the orchestra seats on both sides. And the second time through, we're going to thank the people up in the balconies. Thank you. Ladies, whenever we step to here, back to that B+ position, we're going to curtsy. Gentlemen, usually, would step together to first position, heels together, and they would just bow and step together and bow rather than doing a curtsy. Today is a gender fluid time to be living, so if you would rather curtsy, if you would rather bow, that is all up to you. You're in the privacy of your own home. Do what makes you happy. If dancing makes you happy, don't let a reverence, bow, or curtsy make a difference in your happiness. I'm going to do this. You're just going to follow along. Right or wrong doesn't matter. What matters is the gratitude. We got up today and we moved. And in these times, that is like something to celebrate. So thanks for your attention. Thanks for your patience. Again, my name is Dr. Wanda Ebright. I'm at Winthrop University, as well as New Attitude Performing Arts Center, both in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I am an author of the book, Dance on the Historically Black College Campus, The Familiar and the Foreign. I am me. So I also have a blog called That's So Wanda, which is just a list of all the silly things that I do, because my friends and family tend to think I have it all together, and I make mistakes all day, every day, and laugh about them. And people seem to feel like it's comforting that someone else makes the silly mistakes they make all the time. So check me out on That's So Wanda, and wherever you find this video, wherever I've posted it, I hope to make more of them. Hope for it to be a YouTube channel to which you can subscribe. So let's reverence, and thank you for joining me today for Dancing with Dr. Wanda. Modern and ballet classes are also coming. More ballet classes and modern classes are coming, including some grand-based floor work. Little breath in the arms. Right foot is front. Croisé. Front. Little glissade. Shasana. Tameva. All of you came here. I humbly thank you. Step. Right leg, all of you in your orchestra seats. And you on this side. I humbly thank you. Feel free to bow instead of curtsy. Come back to fifth. We have to do the other side. Plie. Right side. Little plie side. Shasana. Look at all these people. I can't believe it. We packed the house. I'm thankful for each and every person that joined us. All of you on the balcony. I know I lost my arms. My arms are so long. I thank you as well. And we close and allow people to applaud for us. Thank you. Good job making it through class today, or any part of it that you made it through. Look for me online. I'm also on Instagram as @KWMoms, on Facebook as Wanda E. Bright, on Twitter as Dr. Wanda E. Bright, and I am happy for you to follow me at any of those places. Thanks again for joining me today. Have a great day.